All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Spent some money. Bought some Elka shocks for the Grizzly and the Kodiak actually. There's the wife's. I haven't unboxed those yet, but for the wife's bike. I wanted to do something to these bikes. Haven't done anything to them all year actually since we bought them. So, all right. What I ended up buying was the Stage 3s. You can see it. The Elka Stage 3s. You have a compression adjustment, and you have your ride height adjuster. Here's a front set. I think they got a pretty nice little bearing here on the end of them. They feel pretty lightweight. Well, I think I'm gonna weigh these, and then I'm gonna weigh the ones that come off, just to compare, just for grins, you know. I'm always interested in stuff like that. In weight, whether I'm putting weight on or taking weight off. But anyhow, yeah, I went with the Stage 3s. I thought you get the most bang for your buck. The Stage 4s, the only thing they have is more than these is a rebound adjuster. These just have your low speed compression. They have rebound on the Stage 4s. Stage 3s do not. These were expensive enough. So, all right, there's the fronts, the rears. It came with a shock absorber, owner's manual, instructions. You can look through there, it tells you about your adjustments and stuff. Oh, and it came with the, like I said, it had that little wrench you stick in here, adjust your height. Allen screw. These are actually collars that have a slot. They're cut. They're an open collar with a little set screw there. Tighten them down, keep them moving around. So I think they're going to be pretty cool. Hopefully they will be worth the money. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know anybody that wouldn't want to have a set of Elkos on their quad. So I was like, the hell with it. I got these quads sitting over there. We're going to put a set of Elkos on them and ride with that. All right, let me get the wife's unboxed here, or the ones for the Kodiak. All right, got the ones for the Kodiak out here. Here's the set for the Grizzly, set for the Kodiak. Same thing. Package of the instructions, owner's manual for the shocks, little wrench. So, all right, let's take some measurements before we get started here. Before we start taking this apart, I'll write this down. I'm just gonna go anywhere. Set the camera down here. Hope it'll. Yeah, I'll be able to hold it. I'm just gonna go. If you can see, right here, it's just a reference point, so you can tell if it changes. What is that? 14 and a half. To that little edge there, it's a sharp edge, that way you can be accurate at your measurement. 14 and a half in the rear. On the front, I got a little mark. There's a little mark right there. You can see it. Maybe you can, I'm not sure. I'll set the camera down. You can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna take a measurement right there. 12 3/4. That mark to the ground. So we'll put the shocks on. and see where the height is. Now I have bounced this a little bit, rolled it back and forth, and made sure it was kind of settled where it would be. So 12 3/4 in the front. We'll write this down. All right, I'm gonna unbolt the rears, put the rears on. Got both the shocks off the rear. Let's weigh them. See what they weigh. Get the scale here. Turn it on. All right, it is in pounds. Move these out of the way a little bit. Okay. Almost 6 pounds, 2 ounces. All right, I don't really need to knock that down. 6 pounds, 2 ounces approximately. £5 pounds, 12 ounces. So 8 ticks of a pound lighter. So almost a pound. So maybe we'll say 4 pounds total. So, all right. Let's the light's very good underneath there. Just put your 2 bolts in. That'll be a wrap. All right, let me get the rears put on. I'll be back. The reservoirs on these, instead of going to the sides, they got them coming out the back. Probably because of the exhaust. So, okay, they're on. Earlier I forgot to mention, when you order these, yeah, you call them up, you give them your weight, the weight of the rider, and the type of riding you're gonna do. You're gonna trail ride, you're gonna run on jumps, stuff like that, you know. All right, guys, got the front shocks off, factory shocks. Had to remove the plastic A-arm guards, which are surprisingly in good shape. It's amazing. All right, these will bolt on with the reservoir out. Set them up in there. I think I'm gonna clean some of this A-arm since I got these guards off before I set them on there. And then we're gonna set it down and check the ride height. All right, guys, got them on, got the rear on, got the front on. We'll take a measurement. I've bounced it a little, moved it, rolled it back and forth. Make sure it's settled. All right, the measurement now is, okay, a little over 14 3/4. And it was 14 1/2, so it's about 1/4 of an inch higher there. Other springs are probably sagging. I'm gonna set the camera down. See what I'm doing or not. About 12 3/4. All right. 12 3/4. That's exactly what it was. I'm wanting to raise the front. The front was a little low, so I'm going to do some adjustments on the front. And what was the rear? It was 14 3/4. So it came up 1/4 in the rear, and the front pretty much stayed the same, right on the money. So let's raise the front a little bit. All right, guys, I just went one more round on the adjuster. And now, so that's 2 rounds in from where I put them on. And it was 12 3/4, so I raised that 1/4 of an inch. When I realized they were at 14 1/2 there, so I raised the front 1/4 of an inch, done nothing to the rear. I just wanted to get the front up a little bit, maybe keep from beating up my damn skid plate. Oh, and I told you I'd go over these tires. I just bought these tires. They're GBC Afterburn radials. 26 10 12s. I wanted to put a radial on it. So if I'm spending all this money, why not buy some tires too? Get the light here. Can't see crap. I wanted to put a radial tire, and I wanted 26. So those were my two criterias. And then I wanted the lightest tire available. You know, most of the time you put a radial tire on there that ends up, you know, they weigh a hell of a lot more than your stock tires. Your stock tires are Maxes. I don't even know what ply they are. But they're lightweight. And I like lightweight. So these are 6 plies. I don't know if I'm going to like the tread or not. You know, seems to be okay. I don't know, the tread, maybe not my favorite layout, but it's really not that deep. Hopefully they hold up well. Oh, the reason I bought them, they were the lightest radial I could find. That was pretty much it. Radial, 26 inch, looked at all the tires built. Bingo, that was it. The lightest radial I could find. So that's what I went with, and that's why I went with those. I would have rather had a Maxxis, but we'll try the GBCs. We'll give them a run. Hopefully they don't puncture easy. They are 6 ply. I think the factory tires are 4 ply, and we don't ride that fast, so not gonna be that big a deal, I don't think. But that's why I ended up with those, the lightest radial I could find. That's pretty much it. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna do the same thing on the wife's bike here in a minute. Anyhow, all right, if you want to stick around, I'm gonna do this one. If not, thanks for watching. Be sure and check out our upcoming videos. We're gonna go riding here in about a week or two, and I'll comment on whether these shocks ride any better. Was it a worthwhile investment? You know, they look cool anyway, though, right? I think they look pretty neat. But I'll make some comments and let you guys know, hey, it rides a lot better, a little better, or I can't tell no difference. Anyhow, all right, I'm gonna start on the Kodiak. So stick around if you want. If not, hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you out there. All right, on the Kodiak, I already took a measurement. Well, I don't need to take a measure. I'll show you where I done it. Made that little mark there, marker from there, the ground, and then on the front, I'll show you where I measured it. I'm gonna kind of speed through this one a little bit. Same thing, made a little, took a marker, made a mark there. So your height from there. So the front was 14 1/4. You see that? Doesn't matter. Rear 14 5/8. All right, guys. Got both front and rear shocks put on. There's the rears. The rears are actually left and rights. These set it at 45. So if this shock was over there, that'd be facing forward, and it would hit the it would hit your exhaust pipe. So they tilted them 45 degree to the back. Got the fronts on. Both are right on, obviously. Those the reservoir just sits right out there. Had to adjust these quite a bit. They had this bike. They must have put some really soft springs on these. Although with wheel spacers, that is going to change the ratio. So this bike is going to be running really soft. When you put a wheel spacer on there, it moves the wheel out an inch, where then it has more leverage over your shock, you know, further out from the ball joint. So that's probably what made this bike seem softer, but I had to adjust the collar. I don't know if you can see it, but I had to give this one about 5 rounds in the front to get it sitting the exact same on our measurement height there. And I think it was about 3 or 4 rounds in the rear here. I had to go 3 or 4 rounds on the collar. You know, your string collar. Let's get your ride height set, and then you're gonna ride it a little bit. It'll probably settle, may not. So the measurement's pretty much the same as it was, and then we'll play around with the compression adjustment on the shock portion. Stiffen them, soften them, whatever we feel needs to be done. Alright, they're installed, they look pretty cool. Like I say, we're going to go ride in here in just a couple of weeks, so we'll both I'll have the wife say, hey, does it ride any better or not? So we'll comment on them, how they ride, and keep an eye out on our channel for that video to be coming out pretty quick. Alright guys, thanks for watching the Elka shock upgrade install. Put a little Canadian flavor to these two Jap bikes. Alright, we'll see you guys. That's a wrap.